Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. Big Sky champs, 12-0. Beat the Grizz. Whoop down. Let's go. Woo!
Man, it does not
Man,
get
I'm
any
feeling
better
it
than
right
what
now.
what we just witnessed. This feeling right now. King of the world, King of the Big Sky.
Woo! 12, man, I can't get enough
Boy,
of it.
contain yourself.
Man, I love it. I love it. Let's go.
You are blowing out the
Outright
mic.
Big Sky champs. Holy smokes. Yes, man. We creamed those Grizzlies. We did it. 12-0. I think back to August, bro, when you and I were penciling in these schedules, and we're like, well, man, we could go 12-0, but we got probably pencil in a loss in there somewhere, just because like we didn't want to, put any superstitions in there.
Exactly. I was like, 12-0, it just seems crazy.
Oh.
To say it, to speak it out into existence. It seemed crazy at the time. And here we are, undefeated, man. First time in Montana State history. And we were here podcasting during that time frame. We get to talk about it on our podcast. How cool is that? We're part of history, sort of. We get to talk about it anyway.
I feel so good. Feel so good, man. It is a moment in time that I will relish. Absolutely. Soak it in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just enjoy the day, Bobcat fans. Enjoy the night. Don't party too hard.
Oh, well, come back and listen to us again on Monday, too.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we thought we'd give you a little bit of an instant reaction. It's just going to be a lot of feels, just FYI.
Just gloating. Gloating, basically, this entire
spoiler
time.
alert. We're not even going to talk around the Big Sky because,
who cares?
We'll get into that. But we just want to get into the Cat Grizz game, the 34-11 whoop down of the Grizzlies in Bozeman. Montana State absolutely dominated that game. Oh my gosh. So yes, let's get right into it. I think normally we do the good, the okay, and the Bobby Hawks. Today we're just going to do the great and the good.
Or just the great. I don't even know. How am I going to differentiate between the great and the good? But yes, we will save any negative talk, any concerns for Monday. This is a celebration episode. Oh man, I'm just stoked. We're 12-0. I'm gonna start right there. That's the great. We are 12-0. We did not lose, and we only kind of came close, really, one time to losing.
Well,
they showed that stat on the how many. This isn't not really talking about losing right now, but the stat how many teams have scored on the Bobcats in the first half. The little stat they put up on the screen. It's just crazy. This whole season has just been crazy. And to culminate that way at the end of the regular season, like we all knew we were going to the playoffs a long time ago. But here we are, recapping the 12-0 season.
It's something to behold.
It hasn't even hit me, really.
It's so cool. And the interesting thing about it is the thing I did not see coming is how good our defense is playing at the end of the season. Our offense was stellar all year long, but our defense is just rising to that level where it's just lights out, bro. It is an impressive thing to watch. The Cats defense was so salty today, and they have been. They have been. Tip of the cap to Bobby Daly and crew. Tip of the cap to Bobcat Nation. You showed out. Tip of the cap to Tommy Malott. Everybody, man. Yeah, we just did it. I can't believe it. I stinking can't believe it. So, yes. Whew. All right. I'm going to try to collect my feels because I got a lot of them right now.
Yeah, man, this could be a rambling, incoherent episode. I don't think anybody's going to judge us. They'll probably be right there with us because I think a lot of people are going to be the same boat. They're just all these exciting emotions and feelings right now. You don't even know where to start. Don't even know where to start.
To boot, like about, 10 minutes after we won, North Dakota State loses to South Dakota.
The day could not have turned out any better for Bobcat Nation. We're the number 1 seed. I didn't even mention that yet. We are guaranteed the number 1 seed after North Dakota State blew it. I stopped watching that game. I was keeping track of it the entire Cat Grizz game. I would like check it on commercials or I'd minimize the Cat game because I can do that on my Apple TV. And I turned it off. Like, I saw NDSU score to go up 28-17. I'm like, well, never mind. This game's over. They tried. Good try, USD. Crazy ending to that one.
Oh man, so we're in Bobcat Stadium until we lose, and hopefully that doesn't
That's right.
happen. We want to go to Frisco.
We will either lose or the next game we will play that's not in Bobcat or Stadium will be in Frisco, Texas. That sounds
They were
exciting.
talking to. I caught the end. Like there was like a prolonged like post game online, and they were talking to Rylan or Simeon Woodard. I think it was Cole Sane was in there.
Drew Polidor, I
Smattering of
saw, was in
players.
there. There's a lot of people. They
Yeah.
just kept it going, and I kept it up, just listening to the audio. It was cool.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, we want Frisco. That's our goal. That's what this
Yeah.
whole thing's been about. And it doesn't happen if we don't have that 1-0 mentality. That laser focus week to week. Man, it did something for us this year that when I heard it early on, I was like, oh, that's kind of cliche, this 1-0 mentality. I've never seen a group of guys buy into that
No,
and just the
they
power it
rallied to it.
had. Mm. All right.
I mean, every single interview with every single one of the guys, pretty much, they all say 1-0 at some point during the interview.
Yeah.
It's just like hammered into them,
Oh,
and it's working. It's working.
all right. Thorny, give me another good off the top of your head, or a great. Just tell me what. Give me something that was impressive in this game to you.
I've kind of come full circle to the Moni Moni singing. And my favorite parts of the home wins, one of my favorite parts is when like Victor Flores will tweet out a video of the whole stadium just rocking it and singing it. It sounds so loud and everyone is just so into it. It's our own thing. It's cool. It's ours. I like it a lot now. I didn't used to like it, but I'm 100% in on it. It's our thing. And it was cool hearing it just bellowed out during the game. Like I just envision what the Grizz players are feeling like when the whole stadium is telling them to eat poop. Just in unison, just screaming out, the game's over, you lost. When that comes on, like, because the game was still going, like the video had the Grizz players on the sideline and they were running back on the field for another play. The whole stadium's just chanting that. Like, that's got to be pretty demoralizing.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was in my great category.
That's some great counting. I'm going to put the Adam Jones 88-yard run in my great category. Just when you thought the Grizzlies might have a sliver of momentum, backbreaker. Just
So,
coffin nails.
what was the score at that point?
I do believe it was 27 to 16.
Was it 11 at that point?
Oh yeah. 27 6. Yeah, 27 11. Yeah, they never made it to 16. Of course they didn't.
Where'd you get that number from? Just pulling numbers out.
They needed 16. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. All right.
It was so funny after the Grizz got to 11. Marty Morningwig is like, well, hold on now. If they go for the 2-point conversion here, it's going to be a 2-score type of game. I was like, dude, I like your optimism, I guess, but this game's over.
Marty had himself a moment when we were going 4th and 1, and we failed on the 4th and 1. Tommy Malott, zone read keeper, and he about. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because it was kind of vulgar, but he had himself a moment.
I think we all know.
He was like, "Here we go! Holy cow, there!
Yeah.
Hold on to your pants. Looky here."
I guess that's in my good category, is hearing Marty kind of be sad a little bit from time to time when he realized it was over. I miss Root Sports, man.
Yeah,
they put on such a better production.
Yeah, no,
even just the quality of the feed. Were you watching any of the North Dakota State game? That's like HD, crystal clear, crisp. Ours is like blurry and the camera's too far away, and I can't even hardly make out the players because the camera feels like it's zoomed out too far. And they didn't even follow Rohan Jones's touchdown. Here I am talking about bad things. I said I wouldn't be talking about anything bad, sorry. But I just miss Root Sports. They put on such a good production.
ESPN2
like
should be on this game every year. It's just it's one of the, this kept coming up throughout the week. It's one of the only West Coast rivalries still alive. This should be primetime television. ESPN2. If that makes it, if that means it gets put at 8 o'clock at night or something, who cares? Just run it.
Yeah. Yeah. With all this FBS move up talk that you and I've been talking about, I really don't want to lose the rivalry.
Yeah, we won't. The rivalry is never going anywhere. It might be something where it's akin to the Apple Cup where we're playing like week 3 and that feels weird. It may never always be like it is now, but it's never going away.
You can't hear this at all, can you?
Nope, I can't.
Nice. Sorry, I moved my mic around with my fancy new mic arm. Silence. I love it. Dude, the defense played so well today. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This
They
might be
really
the
held them
best.
in check.
Yeah, this might be the best defense I can remember since probably 20 or 2019.
The Grizzlies only ended up with 234 yards and like 11 points. It's like, all right, jeez.
It
Pat
took a
yourselves on the
4th and
back.
8 completion to even get that last touchdown. We almost held them to 3 points. I mean, we stopped them on that 4th and 8. It's done right there, dude. It's done. And I'll piggyback a little bit is after that Adam Jones run that got us down to right before he scored the touchdown and uh Grizzlies gave up. We just started gashing them. like
Yeah,
yeah,
that was like the turning point.
kudos to Tyler Walker and the coaching staff for staying the course with the running game and not abandoning it because we took their souls late. There was some questioning going on between some of us in the posters in our text threads about, in the third quarter, like, man, it's just not working. Julius Davis went out. Scotty Humphrey went out. Uh, there's some bad feels going on. And
Yeah,
then,
it was like Jones to the left, Jones to the right for like 2 yards, 1 yard.
mhm,
It was
mhm,
there was a
mhm.
stretch there where I texted like the defense is going to have to win this game,
Yeah.
and that was like right before Adam Jones with his huge run.
And to me, that's the biggest sign that we can go far in this playoffs is our defense absolutely showed up. And if we can get, let's, hope and pray that we can get Davis back or we can get Humphreys back or we can get, anybody really besides just Adam Jones to run the ball. And I'm not saying Adam Jones did a bad job. I'm just saying we need more guys.
Yeah.
Colson Kuhn, where's Jared White? That was something I was wondering about, but we made it 12-0. Tommy Malot's healthy. Hopefully we get Rohan Jones back. I mean, I guess if there was a bad category, we said we weren't going to say it's the penalties or not the penalties, the injuries. We have 2 weeks to heal up. I looked at that one from Rohan Jones. I think it's precautionary. It didn't look that bad. It looked like it hurt, maybe like a sprain, but it didn't look like something that could be season ending.
He kept his uniform on the whole game. He was out in the huddle a couple times, and afterwards, he was like dancing around after the game. So his looks like the least concerning of the
Did I say
three
Jones?
that
I
we saw
meant
today.
Davis. I know the guy
Oh.
landed on his leg, but it would happen so fast that it looked like it could have just been like a flex and then been like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
He ran off on his own power. So to me, that was just something like, yeah, I can't make it through this game, but I'll be ready in 2 weeks.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need all three of those guys because I thought we needed Humphrey and Davis to win this game. I remember I texted that. I was like, I want to go with those two guys. I love Jones, but I think he needs to have a back seat in this one. And here we are. He was our only driver because no one else was there, and he handled that fantastically. What a
You-
game! What a game from the freshman.
So I feel like ping pong back and forth. How fast did our defense play? Unbelievably fast.
They fly to the ball, man. The very first play of the game, Miles Jackson like flies in, hits Logan Fife as he tries to throw an out route, which was well covered anyway. That like set the tone right there.
Our safeties played so well. Drew Polidor, Rylan Ort. I was super impressed with Neil Daly this game. Oh,
He's got a
man.
lot of tools. If he can start putting it together, he's a big, fast, physical kid.
Yeah, I would love to see what he can do
He just needs
without a
more
club
reps.
on
That's
his
all he
hand, right?
needs. I know, right? The club. There's always a guy in the club in December, November on Montana State. There's always a defensive player with a club on his hand.
And I still don't think, see, I'm ping ponging. I still don't think our offensive game plan has been, what I'm trying to say is, I still don't think our offense has played the perfect game. We could explode Like we tend to play like in these lesser teams, we would run it up, run it up, run it up. We had what? How many rushing yards did we have today? 300 and
Yeah, we
let's
eclipsed 300. I know
team stats here.
326.
326. Yeah. So imagine the Bobcats have that kind of rushing, but also a passing attack just to, explode on the scene in the second season coming up. I still don't think we've hit our peak offensively.
No, no, I agree with you there. There's more to be had from the offense. There's more to get.
Yep, the defense is peaking. The offense has yet to peak. That's a good sign for me. Let's go, Cats.
Let's
Oh
go.
man, I
You were
can't wait,
talking
man.
about yeah. You were
Woo.
talking a little bit about how the offense just stayed the course, even though it was kind of banging their head against the wall for a little while there. Having a defense that's shutting down the other team allows you to continue to run your game plan, even if it's not working the entire time. That's a big plus of that. You don't have to change things up. You don't start losing the game. You're still winning because your defense was holding them. So
Mm,
that's it's just one of those things where this is a well-rounded Bobcat team. One of the probably the best team I've seen at Montana State in my fandom. In every phase of the game, they're playing well. How about Miles Sandstead hitting a 49-yard field goal into the wind right before halftime? It's
Not only
beautiful.
that, his first half field goal was an awkward angle. He drilled that. Super happy for that guy. Super stoked
Yeah.
for that guy. But yeah, when we hit that
Happy for the
49,
Bobcats when we finally got a kicking game that I can not close my eyes and cross my fingers on.
mm, that's so cool. Rohan Jones with an unbelievable catch on that touchdown. Tommy Malott putting it in a just the only place he could.
It was
Oh,
so funny. He caught that ball at like what the 2 or 3 yard line or something, and he just basically like coasted and started celebrating like before he even got in the end zone. Just started trotting while two defenders are like careening off of him. He just like catches it, just like yeah, I got this touchdown. It was pretty funny.
oh man.
He plays like a level of like swagger and confidence that I love.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, I think Adam Jones actually makes it into the end zone if he doesn't look back and kind of once he looked back, he just like, okay, I'm gonna get caught. If he would have never had that thought in his brain, he could have made it.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of ran out of gas a little bit. He like shifted down a gear,
Yeah, you don't
but
run. Yeah, he did when he looked back, but you don't run out of gas in the Cat Grizz game, buddy. That's just doesn't happen. Oh, another sweet moment was like a tearful moment when we saw Justice Perkins getting in and then in the celebration hugging his dad, just crying. And you know me, yeah, I'm all about the feels, especially when it comes to
mhm.
stuff with your dads and just the moment that was for him. Woo, that got me in my feels. I was like, dang, all of it. It
I
was,
don't know if you've seen the picture on Twitter of Waded Cruzado hugging the trophy.
of course I haven't. I don't have Twitter.
I don't know if anybody sent it to you. You got lots of text threads going and all these various things, or if it made it to Bobcat Nation. I don't know,
Oh
other ways to
yeah,
see things. But it was definitely like, yeah, that kind of was a touching moment. Like her last year, and like she's done so much for the program, for all the programs at Montana State, and that was kind of it was a cool moment. A good picture by I think Blake Hempstead, one of the Skyline kind of contributors. It's good. It's a
man,
good shot.
understated moment for her, right? It's just so much is deserved to her.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
There's a lot of things culminating in this game. Tommy's final year, a lot of good seniors. Waded Cruzado's final year.
Mm-hmm.
Some 12-0 season, baby. Capped
Soak
with
it
the
in,
Cat
man.
Grizz whoop down.
Outright champion. Last time we did
Right?
it was 1984. Things
We
Good things happened in 1984,
Yeah, we
man.
know that's a good year. I've heard about that year before.
Ah, it feels good. I'm just gonna live it up tonight. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
be on Bobcat Nation. I'll be texting with their buddies. There's no pressure on these shoulders tonight. It's just soaking in it. It's just
Nope.
soaking in it. We're gonna be number
No, these
one
are
seed come Monday
I could
morning.
I could spend literally the rest of my day on Twitter and be just happy.
Yeah.
Just just reading all the comments, looking at clips. I could spend the whole time on there, or just And then, Bobcat Nation. I haven't even gone over to the Grizz board yet. That's usually a little
Oh,
victory lap I like to do at some point.
yeah, maybe tomorrow morning with a cup
I
of
won't
coffee.
post. I just like to I just like to read it. I'm not going to kick anybody while they're down, but I will certainly look at them while they're down.
Yeah.
I'll be a looky loo.
You know what was interesting about this game? There was no turnovers, which I thought was surprising. I thought that I kept thinking Montana State's going to get a pick or a fumble, and there was some times where you thought, "Oh, that was out," but no. But it didn't cost anybody anything. The Grizzlies had 7 penalties for 60 yards. Montana State only had 2 penalties for
Yeah.
15 yards. That's huge.
They
And
had
the
some
Ryan
bad
Foley
penalties, the
stat,
Grizz.
we won the time of possession 34-53 to 25-07. I know I'm stepping on your toes on Monday, but
Whatever.
that has been my stat all year, and it has rang true for victories.
Gosh, I'm just smiling. I'm just happy right now.
All right, buddy.
It's like this muted happiness a little bit. I'm not like through the moon like you are. I don't know. I was expecting to win, so maybe that's what it was. I was so confident going in the game. I wasn't even nervous today. Like I slept fine last night. I wasn't nervous for the game today. I just felt this calm, and I still kind of feel it right now. I'm
Hmm.
just zen thorny over here. The
No,
universe. I knew the universe was going to deliver this victory for me.
I was kind of feeling that, but then when we got on the mics, the feels just came stronger and stronger, and that's where it came out for me.
Good. Let it out.
Yeah.
Let that emotion out.
All right, man. Well, I'm sure we're going to talk a ton about this on Monday. A lot coming up. I think the playoff bracket comes out. Is it tomorrow? Is it
Yeah, there's a
Sunday?
selection show tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm very curious to see who we get stuck with on the side. I don't want to play the Grizz again.
Yeah.
I mean that could be a possibility if they
Yeah.
get a real low seed. If they get like the 16 or 15 seed, like it can happen. I don't think the Grizz will go that bad, but maybe.
I think the Grizz get like the 8 seed.
I'm thinking like 10 or 11 is kind of
Hmm.
where I'm wondering.
Okay.
Depends how much they put on the emphasis on the final game of the year. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
10-11 is too low for those guys. I think they're going to get something between 6 and 8.
I don't know. They don't have much of a resume.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, the selection show should be fun tomorrow.
Ooh.
Especially when you already got the number one seed wrapped up. That's almost like the most exciting part to me a little bit. Like we got the number one seed, man. We've been pining for this for years. Once we started realizing, when we first started going to the playoffs and going to the Dakota schools on the road, it's like you got to get that top 2 seed. You have to. That's your path to the national championship.
The dream scenario in
did
bracket
it.
in my brain is Montana State, UC Davis on the same side, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Montana on the other side.
Yeah, I think that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's go.
All right. Let's do it, man. All right, I'll get this pushed out. Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you had a great Saturday. I know you had a great Saturday. What am I talking about? I hope you had a great Saturday. You watched Montana State roll. You heard Moni play. You've had a few cocktails. You're doing okay. I'm doing okay.
We're
Go
doing
Cats.
great, buddy. Go Cats.